Goop.
The Night Horde had to go through 90 teams.
90
teams. Actually, if you include the 2 that were knocked out, 92 teams to get to here.
I swear to protect
Right.
it till my last
What's
breath.
another 6 more? What's another 4 more? It's fine. They can make it through.
Can
Right,
you
they can
hear
go all
that?
the
The
way.
Night Horde. That is the best
They can go all the way.
motivational pep talk ever.
They can definitely go all the way. Like at this point, you made it through 92 teams, 90 in the open qualifier, or like 89 in the open qualifier. They're the 90th one, and then 2 more in the playoffs already. So like 91 teams you made it through. Let's not make it 92 today. That's the idea, or rather 93 with the other team going down in the other match. But at the same time, that was a different Night Horde that beat those 91 teams, right? That was a different roster. They made a change after being 91 teams with Colleen and now coming with Siri. Siri played fantastic yesterday, but it felt like there was some sort of communication issues towards the end of game number 2.
Yeah, they just didn't
Big
lock
risk.
in, you know? Lock on,
Yeah.
lock in, however you want to word it. And then I think by game 3, I also don't want to take away from Vendetta. Vendetta also just played
yeah,
amazingly, you know? Night Horde, it was a big game, and Night Horde lost to Vendetta previously in Swiss, so we know that Vendetta aren't slumps, right? They're definitely a team to be reckoned with. Do we expect a 3-0? No. Night Horde, though, I think against Influence Rage a bit similar to Night Horde, willing to kind of play the long game, willing to kind of like set a slower pace. I think we're in for some games here, to say the least. I don't know if this is going to be 11-minute games. I think both these teams are comfortable at 15-plus minutes, so prepare yourselves.
Prepare yourselves. Do you have another scoop, Konos? Double scoop?
Yeah, I
You
was
got one
gonna
scoop?
say I got the scoop. I got the scoops today. I'm telling you. I mean, it's not a scoop, it's a hot take, right? Like, and I saw your reaction, Layla, when I mentioned that they went through 91 teams, right? You were like 91 teams. But then it would the teams that they went through with the team that they had to run through the 91 teams was changed just when, you know, when it was crunch time, just when it was overtime. You know, just when you're down to the 4th quarter, they made the change. Do you think that change was the deal breaker in this case?
Might. I feel like
That's my question is. Hopefully not, because we want to see the best come out from Night Horde every single time. But then again, you know, I know you're not gonna answer it because you gotta support your Canadian team. Meanwhile, draft Freya, Harley on the blue side banned out along with Valentina, Guinevere, Marcel, and Jushin taken out. Hilda left open, so you know for a fact Influence Rage are gonna pick up Khalid soon in the first phase.
Bosch is still open as well for the side of Influence if they want to pick that up now. Won't have too many problems with the Hilda, so I think it's solid on us. They go for the Suyo Claude instead. I think Night Horde, you pick up Basha here and you just go for big Ube, big like tanky front line. Honestly, you could go like
Eve 2 is
Yeah,
good, but apart from the fall. Oh, Herod Basha?
Herod Basha, easy.
So solid.
Well, I just feel like it's always I wouldn't want to pick, you know, the carriers right in the beginning. Like they just told them, hey, now you can counter our goal and you can counter.
Well,
our
since
jungle.
Influence already picked theirs, like
They wanted to pick theirs too.
legacy
Ooh,
shall
Zetian. Not that's early, I think, but still. Usually, I like to see it
Influence
come out on
Rage
the
just
3rd pick
picks
on the
up
red
Eve.
side, right?
yeah. I think it's kind of, I mean, I get it. If they
Khalid.
don't lock in their mage now, then they completely get banned out. Influence Rage goes Khalid, or do they go mage and lock in Eve?
I think go Khalid. You keep up with the Hilda. Otherwise, you're just gonna take a beating, right? In the early game, you gotta pick up a Hylos or something. Or Night Horde could ban out both of them in the 2nd phase of the draft. But yes, if not that, Eve is the next best option because they can play inside the box. The Herod does decent inside the box. I like the Herod played into the box, even if the opponent has an Eve. But then you have a Claude, so you know, go crazy. Lilia. Lilia's crazy here.
Lilia's a little crazy here, I'm not gonna lie. It's
Yeah.
kind of sus. I'm not
Yeah.
against it. Like, don't get me wrong, Lilia can be good, but I just feel like it's gonna get outranged by the ZTN. It's not gonna have great poking face. It's not gonna have a great laning phase. It's and there's no like major kill pressure from Night Horde to really even need this Lilia. Normally it's like against the Harley, against against any kind of like big damage jungler, the Lilia does well, right?
Valor and royalty in a
Your
dead
team
body.
I think so too. I just think the Lilia was a bit of a waste of a pick, unless if enemy has picked
Sand
Harley.
rises when I give the
Your
word.
team is banned.
Now what they're gonna pick, the next time that they do play Harley, you don't have Lilia anymore.
Khalid is gone. I think Bosch. Yeah, you're right. The Harley and the Lilia, that's definitely a good one to watch out for. But Basha, would you? You could still let it through, right? Because there's so much magic on the other side. What's the other good jungle option they could really take out? Fanny for Shiro.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Fanny is a good solid choice to ban out here if you're Influence Rage Origins. Otherwise, they got no crowd control whatsoever.
Night Horde definitely needs some sort of physical. Now that they picked up, since they have the Harith and the ZTN, you definitely need some sort of physical damage jungler, right?
Fanny, right? Rage ban out Fanny. Come on, don't rage bait us into this.
Honestly, misban?
They missed the ban.
They missed the ban?
We gotta wait.
What?
We gotta wait.
Is that a
We
mess
gotta
up?
wait. We gotta find out.
Is picking.
I told
Was
you,
that a mess
Khalid
up?
Hylo's gonna go second phase. Guys, don't listen, man. You guys don't listen.
Influence
Khalid
Rage.
Hylo's
Influence
gonna go.
Rage could go for Glue Roam, honestly, here. Against the Hilda, it's not bad.
Glue Roam would just make the Fanny open.
But you
We gotta
save it
find
for
out.
last.
You know
Well, you
what?
save it for last pick. Yeah, you definitely save Roam for last pick right now, just in case if Fanny gets picked up here, Night Horde. Hayabusa could also be an option here for Night Horde. YSS.
Yeah, ISS is good for Night Horde. I like
Could also
the
be an option
Night Horde
here.
have like a plethora of jungle options available. But then it comes down
Yeah.
to what they're gonna go in the EXP lane too. Because if Influence Rage don't pick up the glue right now, glue's gonna get picked by Night Horde. EXP glue.
And they could just go
and then you
Dragon
can
here,
have-
honestly.
One bound by
Your
these
team
Phobius is good. Yeah, it's counter to the Harriet,
I was
straightforward.
gonna say
but-
like your Rhaenys would have been a better pick for Influence Rage, no?
For Influence Rage.
I mean, yes, but then I'm just worried about Fanny now. Like, come on, this is Night Horde Fanny game, right? Like,
Call me a hero.
Will it grant
That
oh,
was-
Eastern Shin, okay, playing
That
it
was
safe.
YSS.
or death?
Played safe.
Good damage spread, good crowd control from the side of Night Horde, but also Influence Rage, same thing. Good damage spread, aggressive, lots of dive from the Claude and the Suyo.
Glue Roam.
All they need to do is round it out with a Roam here.
No glue?
Honestly, Glue could still kind of work here.
Glue, I think, is probably one of the solid choices because it's so good, right? I see why Trex you're like going around the glue. What other options are left open? Because you don't have the Khalid, you don't have the Hylos,
Grok
you got
is a
someone to keep up
possibility.
with. I guess Grok is another possibility
Maybe.
that could apply pressure along with the Suyo to the
Or
Eastern
you commit to
Shin.
you commit to the full dive and just go like Cho.
No, I think Cho is not so good.
Bones of
Bones of Steel.
Todd?
I'm liking
Katad's
Night Horde's draft a lot.
Katad's a pain for Shiro. So the Katad is a pain for the YSS. YSS can never really target the Katad. You risk getting taunted. You got to dance around that. Lilia's not a super easy target. But again, like the YSS, we already know if you can scale, the damage comes on. And it doesn't really matter anymore, right? So I think a lot of this for Shiro is, and the same for Maracucho at this point, scale, get the damage in, try to be the carry. And then your backup comes down to Replic versus Kistler.
You don't see it like that? Yes or no?
Yeah, I do see what he's talking about for Rage Origins, but for Night Horde, they don't got to take any risks early game. They don't have to, they got a YSS. He's got a that dandy nice front line. They can just hang out. What do you think, Layla?
I take us into the game.
All right. We'll find out, of course, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages. Get ready. We're going to go into the land of dawn. It's playoffs day 18. MCT AMER North. We're talking about the lower bracket best of 5. Who's going to go home tonight? It's going to be Horde versus Rage Origins. 5 games to separate these two. We're going to find out. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, we are going to be jumping into this. I'm excited for it. I'm sorry. They had to hold us there for a second. Like, let's see what's going on. Nothing too crazy happening. A little bit of damage on a Merlin, though. But we're talking about the matchups, and you're right. Horde can kind of take things slow. They have a great front line. You have Kite with Siri. You have a lot of ability to kind of dance around early game fights and be able to disengage. When it comes to Turtle, first Turtle, a lot of it's going to come down, I think, to this Alice into this. A lot of it's going to come down to this Alice into this Phobius. Merlin, though, taking a lot of damage already. First blood from Nox. A good kill. Shiro trying to pick things up and respond.
Yeah, and I think the Revitalize being popped in early as well from Astro. That's a good use of a spell, nonetheless. But Rage Origins get the better trade. And also at the same time, Merlin trying to be a problem. It's all right. It's a Hilda. That's what Hilda's business is all about. Be annoying in the early game. Make sure you're able to pop a couple of flickers, maybe a Revitalize or something. It didn't happen. Just got the Revitalize, got first blooded. It's okay. I think Horde still have a great opportunity. Usually I like to see teams play aggressive in the early game. In this case, it's a YSS. I like a YSS every single time. I've never shied away from it. One of my favorite heroes in the game because it provides consistent damage throughout the game, right? You find a good scaling point, and if you get the farm, you don't got to be in every single team fight. You just got to make sure you're there getting your items, and once you hit that power spike, if your teams get you enough space, it is going to be great. You can see already they're getting started with the Turtle. We'll talk about the emblems a bit later, Trex, but right now the fight's already breaking out. Astro peeling for the team. RR going in, looking to pop that big Throne of Ruin. Here it comes. No flicker. Actually goes on Maracucci. He's able to immune it with Blade Surge. Fury of the Phoenix coming out as well. Astro
over to Night Horde. They've been given Rage Origins the works, and they get a free Lord. Siri able to secure it. 3 towers down, Kronos. Where does Rage Origins go from here?
I think if you're Rage Origins, you do have, you do have good wave clear on your hand, so you don't mind taking a siege coming out from Night Horde. But at the same time, take a look at the items that are about to hit Trinity in the hands of Replake. At the same time, you got a Chop Suey build going for Astro. He's been playing all right, and back comes Lilia. We're looking to get that Lightning Truncheon in the pocket. Suyo not going for the Sky Piercer. I think that's Maracucho playing it a little smarter, understanding he's not having a great game so far. Night Horde, on the other hand, got this Ascension online, level 14. The saving grace for Rage Origins tracks, they got Maracucho level 14 as well. So I think this can definitely be defended. It's going to come down to how they're going to maximize these super minion waves for Night Horde.
I think it's huge up top, though. A little bit of action.
Yeah, you can see they're already going in. AOG can come through. Fury Phoenix stop them at the same time. They get the tier 2s top and mid. Bot side inhibitor taken down by the Lord. Nobody was paying attention. Good macro from the Night Horde. 6.6k goal lead in their favor.
All right, at this point, Rage Origins, they're down inhibitor. Lord will be on boss side, so good RNG for them. But at this point, the pressure's becoming a lot for Night Horde and Shiro, 2, 0, and 3. We wondered if Night Horde's mental was going to be ready for today. It definitely is. I thought this was going to be a slow-paced game. Night Horde knows they were able to fix their mistakes from yesterday. Don't let things go too far. And Rage Origins is having trouble keeping up with the pace. Nox on this Lilia. We're worried about the pick. It's 2, 3, and 1 right now. They've been able to push through. Siri outranging, outpacing. Up in the EXP lane also, that was a big fight for us. RR versus Delika. Delika's been a star on the team lately, but RR has been able to give the works and been able to be the one that helps Night Horde secure wins in this game.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the playmaker that they're looking for in terms of Night Horde. But you know, the Night Horde have been so clean, so fast-paced, and so lightning quick that even our stream wasn't able to keep up for a while, for a good 2 minutes. And at the same time, Influence Rage Origins, on the other hand, they need to go back to finding out their identity, their win conditions in this particular game. And you know, normally in this case, you'd count out any other team, but it's Rage Origins. We've seen them come back from a deficit. We know they like to play the slow-paced game. They are very good at defenses. Yes, contrary to what happened on the bot side right now with the inhibitor, but they will find their moments. And knowing Night Horde, oh, do we even have to talk about it? They got the lead multiple times, but for some reason, they always give, the opposition the mom spaghetti.
Yeah, they lose the opportunity for sure. I will say this. Rage Origins does have the ability to slow play a game, but losing an inhibitor at first Lord is huge. Normally, if you're trying to slow things down, staunch the bleeding, the gold should not be this out of hand. The tower differential should not be this out of hand. Rage Origins is definitely in a very rough spot. They do have the Lilia, like I mentioned, which does good at defending big pushes. You set down a bunch of glooms, the moment the Lord starts to walk over it, you pop it off, and it does a lot of damage all at once, clearing waves, clearing minions, clearing Lords. Oh. So there is some possibility. They have Replica as well, which is a great Lord Shredder. But Rage Origins needs to be careful on how they approach it. One mess up, and it could be GG's.
Yeah, it definitely could be, and you can see on the top side they're already starting to push through. The Lord's coming on the bot side. Trex, are we looking at a possible end angle?
Definitely a possible end angle. They're already being inhibitor gone. Oh!
Coming out as well. Look at Nox taking a lot of damage. No chance. I already used the black shoes. AOG coming in from Astro. Replic taking so much damage. Kistler is absolutely a monster right now. Inhibitor is down to the mid lane. Maracucho trying his best to clear the wave, but the two heavy wave clear options have already been exhausted. Maracucho trying to go for outplays, but they don't have the damage. They have been outscaled with a 10k goal lead on the side of Night Horde. 12-3. And did anyone even have a doubt?
It almost felt like we didn't even have to talk that whole game. It ended so fast. Right. Out of nowhere. You know, it's almost like I closed my eyes for a second, everything went black, and then the game was over. Crazy to explain. But yeah, no, overall, Night Horde, I think maybe we had them a little pegged wrong. They came in angry today. Angry with themselves, ready to prove a point, ready to show that, listen, we are still a team to be watched. I know it's only game one. I know we still have a lot to see possibly from Rage Origins, but after seeing that right there, they still have that dog in them, to say the least.
They were working fast through that match, and you can just kind of see the intensity that they want to bring to this match. Seems like it's working so far, even with the switch of the mage. So we will. I won't say much because I don't wanna. I don't wanna jinx it or anything. Yeah.
About to say, I think some two working all right so far. So that's a good sign. But at the same time, the all black is showing. Feels like even the stream's not able to keep up with the funeral. But moving on, folks. Moving on. Night Horde 12-3. You can take a look. They had a solid game. One big highlight I want to mention is Shiro 307. 10 out of the 12 that are there in the game. Again, Siri doing the same, 10 out of the 12. Merlin, on the other hand, I think this is where the difference came through, right? A massive difference maker against Influence Rage. Influence Rage like playing the slow-paced game, but at the same time, Night Horde were looking to go down the same route through Yi Sun-shin, but this Hilda just being a massive difference maker. That's why I was talking about in the draft phase, pick up the Khalid, pick up the Hylos. You want to have someone to go toe-to-toe against this Hilda in the first few minutes of the game and not get poked out early, or rather even in the mid-game where you got to scout out bushes. You need to keep up with rotations. That's why, Trex, you mentioned about the Grok was a possible option, right? The Gatotkachi, yes, it's a great tool for going in with the AOG, but then again, it didn't work out, did it, in their favor? You could take a look at some of the highlights here. This is the 5th minute of the game. A couple of the minutes that we missed, Maracucho was able to get the steal on the turtle, but getting caught, and the AOG from Astro just not being able to use it at the right time. It felt like they were super split apart, and Siri having that extended range option definitely helped them out a lot here, Trex.
Yeah, I think Siri, yesterday we were questioning it. Today he's in game mode. He seems like he's a part of the team this time, and being able to be on something this time. Yesterday we saw him on things like Eves, more passive stationary heroes. One good thing about the ZTN is you can move, right? You can be aggressive, you can kite, you can do everything you want to, and having Merlin also on this aggressive roam in front of him gave him so much space to be able to continuously output damage. Even in this last highlight here, Kistler, I was just going to say, all of them, they're aggressive, they're playing the game they want to play, and they locked on the base this time. So that's all it takes.
Good job. And let's clap for the MVP, Shiro. He was able to do a great job with this team that's really put together today, we have to say.
Yeah, Shiro's eating well, Layla, right?
Eating well. I mean,
Did he get the choo-choo train?
Nah,
Did he get
not really.
Not enough kills.
Not enough.
They have to break like 10 kills to get the choo-choo train.
Yeah.
All right,
Gotcha.
That's a new trend we're going to go with from now on. Hopefully it gets picked up in other broadcasts too, right?
Num.
Hey, shout out to all the Indonesian and Filipino viewers out there in the other streams. Thank you for sticking around with everything that took place. Of course, make sure you like, make sure you sub, do all that good stuff. But take a look at the highlights of Shiro on this Yi Sun-shin. Look at it, so clean. Nice view of the Phoenix coming in, but able to get that layering of crowd control through the Mountain Shocker. And yeah, Kistler just a bullet to the face of Replic on that Claude. And now they're